afternoon, Killeen citizens. It is my pleasure to stand here as your potential councilman for District 3. I'm just going to briefly go over some things that are on my format and what I intend to provide for District 3. I will delegate at least 6 hours per week to discuss the residents' needs, reflect on obligations and responsibilities involved in that district, accept the financial obligations, and as steward of your tax money, I will follow state, federal, and all local laws on the city, assuming they're followed according to established laws. Always be transparent and accountable to you as a citizen. Support and promote infrastructure to improve job training and public education. Aid residents and assist the police department in reducing the crime in the city. Do monthly town hall meetings with potluck. Everybody loves potlucks. If you bring people in and feed them, they'll show up. And just being there for your questions and asking, promoting District 3 as safe and a health place to call home. I am your woman, Patsy Bracey, District 3 candidate. Not just talk, but walk the talk.
Good evening, good evening. I am Nina Cobb. I am your councilwoman for District 3. And let me tell you what I've been doing. We had an adoption of a comprehensive plan, adoption of pavement designs, adoptions of Chapter 25 subdivision amendments, adopted traffic impact analysts. We have adopted agricultural and architectural design standards. We have hired directors of a downtown revitalization. I've been working, folks. We have initiated placement of 5,000 water meters. We have completed construction for over 1.5 million gallons from an elevated tank. We have put 5 new suppression units in service. We have received FEMA grant money. We put it to good use because we got you some fire engines for the new fire station number 4. We purchased land for Station 4. We hired architects and engineers. We've been transparent because everywhere you walk and everywhere you go, we were ready to give you the answer. And if you come to city council meetings, you can indulge in citizen comments. We're ready. I've been working. Remember my old slogan, work will win when wishing won't? If you don't work, you don't get anything. And when you called me and there was a job to do, we took care of it. Let's keep going. We hired an ADA compliance manager. We began phase 1 of ADA transitions plans. We hired a new KAC manager. We began building improvements. We're still working. Because not only did I work in my district, we work together. And when you work together, magnificent things occur. We received clean audits from our external auditors. We've had so much. I advise you to take a look again at Nina Cobb. We got some more stuff to do, folks.
Yes, sir. I kind of gave an overview when I first came up here. But my first goal is getting Bob Gilmore Senior Center completed. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish it if I have to build it myself, I guess. I'm going to work with EDC. I want to see if we can form youth committees so we can get our children where they need to be, get them educated. And I want to assist the City Council and make sure that the work is done according to the city ordinance. I want to alert all the district in my district of what's going on. I will have weekly reviews of the city council meeting with them to let them know what has been discussed so they will be able to understand it. Because a lot of times you sit at home and you really don't see what's really going on. So if somebody were to sit down and tell you what really happened, it's more absorbing. How am I going to solve this? I'm going to work with the citizens. I'm going to work with the department heads, with the city council, and with the city manager.
I am so excited you asked me that because my major, major thing that I've accomplished is helping getting some of those youth off the street. Because on Saturday morning, we have ADA and we have kids who participate in athletic events. Through our author funds and too many fundings, we have enabled over 5 organizations or more so that they do not have to have kids running in between traffics and receiving funding. The second one is a very special one too, and it's the maintenance facility. If you've noticed that our maintenance facility that we have workers working in have no air, has no heat, and I couldn't understand, why are we working there? And that's, oh, that yellow car comes fast. But why are they working there to make our city beautiful, and they're sitting with no air and no heat? Well, I'm happy to say in our future projects that maintenance facility will be taken care of. When we have people who serve and work in this city, we got to take care of them. And that's my goal always, to make sure that constituents are taken care of.
I think the President City Council has had a very good relationship with Chief Kimball, and I hope whoever comes in and assumes that position will assume that relationship with them. That person that does that is going to have to be dedicated to the city like the chief was. He'll have to be diversified and realize that this is a very culturally divided. We have people from all over the world that come here, and they have got to understand this. This is a military town, and people are in and out of here every 2 years. It's not a stable town, so that's what we got to learn. And that's what he's going to have to understand. By him being prime military, I think that's why he was able to function as well as he did. We want to educate our citizens about crime. Why is it happening? Get them involved in the Killeen Citizens Academy. I have gone to that. It is very, very informative, and everybody needs to have the opportunity to go there and get the youth into the police cadet program.
What am I looking for in a police chief? First, he's got to be able to communicate. Second, we've got to involve our community, not only in the programs that we have, but involve them in the programs that our police chief have. You know, sometimes we just need to initiate communication with our community and with our district to let our chief and our community be interpersonal. And third, integrity. Chief Kimball is a man of integrity, and he has worked hard in our city. And I have to give him his props on that. He works hard. We're not going to stop. We're not going to know every time there's a crime issue. We're not going to know what's happening, but what we can do is that we can put corrective means in place. And that is what our council does. That is what our chief does. And that is what our police department do. We put corrective actions in place so that our city will be safe.
Okay, Webster defines transparency as the quality of being easily seen through, while transparency in a business or government context refers to being open and honest. As part of the corporation government, best practices requires disclosure of all relevant information so that others can make informed decisions. And it's probably not the city council's responsibility that you don't know. You have to get involved. You've got to come to the city council meeting. I've been sitting down there since 2016. And I've learned so much, but that is your outlet as a city council. I think a lot of times I like on the 15th of February, that was a budget project. Did y'all know that? You know what time it was? It was 12 o'clock. Was that being transparent? That was another one on the 21st. Were you there?
is to be fair. It is to be honest with people, what you can be honest with. When I ran for city council, I just thought that I was just gonna change the city. Everyone was gonna do exactly what I needed them to do to meet those standards. Transparency occurs when there's something that has appeared or happened that one may want to seek answers to. Sometimes we can give the correct answers. Sometimes we can't. My job is to be honest, to be fair, to protect the citizen and the constituents of District 3. I give what I can give. Every council member, our mayor, we work hard. We work hard to ensure that every citizen, every constituent, every child have what they need. And the transparency is there.
I'm probably gonna lose a lot of friends when I sit down. This is an issue that has blindsided citizens. 70% of the signatures on that ballot thought it was legalizing marijuana. They were told that this was being designed to keep black young men and Hispanic men out of jail. The city council had no choice to put it on the ballot because of the Texas regulations that if you receive certain number of signatures, it has to go on the ballot. Maybe the wrong person's being sued. Maybe that's what's happening. But I'm sorry, I went into depth and looked at this, and I just can't go against the law. I'm a registered nurse, and I can't approve anything like this because what we should be concerned of these vapors that our children are taking, that's a derivative of marijuana, and it hardens the lungs. It causes the lungs to freeze. So do you want your kids smoking marijuana, or do you want them using the vapor?
Good evening, Proposition A. Killeen Daily Herald made it a big topic the next day, and in big letters it said, Nina Cobb says no. Nina Cobb still says no. And I say no because the health, because even though we think we're stopping crime and we think we're stopping young men, the state of Texas says no.
That's right.
So it doesn't stop anything. It just hinders and prolongs. And it could even give parents some money that they will be spending extra to take care of their young man or woman if they're caught. But the bottom line is that it's no. If it doesn't fit, we just can't do it. And it doesn't fit our state and our laws.
I think our biggest problem in Killeen is we have people coming to Texas with felonies. And when you come to Texas with a felony, you can't get a job. You can't get a job, you can't get an apartment, you can't get another thing. So they start robbing, they start burgling. I don't know how we're gonna control that. Because we have a lot of people that come here and they do have felonies. And everybody that's from Texas knows how that is addressed. And that is the main problem, is taking care of that situation. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Maybe we will come up with a solution. I hope so.
The severity of crime in Killeen is more than what we want. Everyone's looking for a solution. My Nana, I'm not gonna tell you who my Nana is, but my Nana, when my children were going to Ellison High School, and things would occur during the day, and if she saw something that should not be happening, she called someone. She was my brother's keeper. She was my sister's keeper. If we cannot be our brothers and our sisters' keeper, we're not gonna achieve any goals. If we don't take care of each other, the police is doing what they're doing. Maybe they're not doing it at a pace that everybody wanted to be done. I know everyone wanna walk the streets of gold, and they don't want anything happening, no one doing any wrong, but that's just not reality. We've got parents really just are new parents. We've got to work with our parents. Some of our parents don't even understand curfews. I just tell you that no one solution is the end all, but we got to be our brothers and our sisters' keeper.
That's a tough one. I see all these empty buildings downtown. I went into the IT building today where they do the maps. You should see how they have renovated that building. Why can't we do that? Are they gonna move into the city hall too? I don't think this should put this on the backs of the citizens, because you're gonna have to pay for this. It's gonna be added back to your taxes. And no, I don't think you need a new city hall.
Do we need a new city hall? We always need something new. Everyone wants something new. However, in this case, I think that we're going to have to be subjective with this. We're going to have to look around our county. We have to see what we need. And you know that wonderful 2-page list that I told you of all the accomplishments? Well, you need money to make those accomplishments. We got, again, that maintenance facility that has no air or no heat, and we've got over 200 persons working out there. We got so much that we have to take care of. If we can hold off for a little while, and this just is my belief, and we got fellow councilmen to take care of our needs, we'll get our wants. We'll work and we'll get them. So my answer to you tonight is no, I don't believe that we should build a city hall at this time. Do we need a city hall in the future? Yes, we do. But we've got too much going on right now to make that leap.
Right now, there's a problem of getting food to these destinations. Once upon a time, the food bank was giving out food every week. Now they give it out once a week. And it is very limited. They have one over at the YMCA. That's the first Thursday of each month from 7 to 5. And it's because they don't have people that want to drive the trucks. Nobody wants to work. And that has caused a great problem in transporting merchandise. And we need to work with correct me if I'm wrong, I believe HEB said that they cannot put another grocery store in that building. Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to ask him because I didn't want to lie. I believe it's correct to say that HEB said they cannot put another grocery store in that building.
There is something in the contract about that.
Sir?
There is something in the contract about that.
Yes, and that's called.
The old HEB.
Yeah, the reason why they closed is because the patrons were stealing their merchandise, and you can't run a business like that.
Our grocery stores, man, that's a big topic. It's a big topic. Anytime we think that someone is hungry, then it's a topic. But you cannot make anyone put their business where they don't want it. I don't care who's hungry. I don't care if the lights are going out. I don't care if we don't have more transportation with IHOP. The incentives have to meet what we need. And so far, we have not had the incentives or the people or the back. And in the meantime, there was a time when my father got me up at 5:30 in the morning because we had to go and work in that garden. Sometimes you have to work with what you have until you can get what you want. And I do believe that if we continue to work with what we have, joy is coming. Well, I have been honored to serve District 3. I have been just, I have been fair, I have been honest, and I've given you what I've got. That's all I can offer you. I can offer you fairness for seniors, fairness for youth, fairness for business, fairness, fairness, fairness. And that's all I can give you is my best. And once I give you my best, I'll strive for even more if I thought I could get it. But the point is that we need a good, safe community. I want everyone to have what I've had all my life. Good parents, good living, great education, and I believe that I even have a better future to come. We want medical care to be okay. Today we had a chance to go to Austin, and we looked at a lot of things when it came to medical care. Some of the programs, are they skipping our county? Sometimes it's just the willingness to want and help each other. When you see that a city, a town, or a family is lacking, it's okay to pray and step in and help. And if they don't want it, then you have to give it away. My job as your District 3 representative is to ensure that not only do you have a good quality life, that you work with me so that it can maintain and stay. We can't do quick. You know, again, when I ran for council, I just really thought that I was gonna go be this councilwoman and everything I had on my sheet of paper was gonna happen. Good life, I was gonna call Aldi, they were gonna put a grocery store over there. Everything that I thought that I had on that sheet of paper, it was just gonna, amazingly, I was gonna pray, do half the work, and get everything done. But it doesn't work like that. We need you helping, we need you looking, we need you telling us of new ideas. I've heard of grocery stores I never knew existed. I want you to go out and look around you. Look at the USDA programs. Look at our AgriLife. Look at those programs that are out there that are meant to come to your churches and to your homes and to your schools to make things better. I need you to, I'm so sorry about that red carpet. I just got to finish. Because this means so much to me. You know, I'm sorry, Mr. Milliard, I'm just so sorry. But we need families in our schools. We need people who are neighborly. It's not about the money. It's not about councilwoman, God. It's not about having a title. It's about the compassionate that we have for one city, the compassionate of people. We've got to have some, folks. We're waiting and the patience and we're looking and we're doing all those good things. But I tell you, it started each one of our homes. And if we're not willing to do it, I'm sorry, you can't expect for 8 people to take over the world if we don't have any help or any suggestions or any places. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Work will win when wishing won't. This city is important to me. I've raised 3 sons, and I get teary-eyed because when they were wrong, someone would say, hey, Miss Cobb, I see Ms. Wilkerson out in the audience. She would be at school, and she would say, hey, David had his cell phone out today on that desk, and it got taken away. I had no clue his telephone was taken. We've got to take a chance on each other, our families, our youth, our seniors, our businesses, and I'm going to go.
Okay, that I tell you what, when you call me, I'm gonna answer. You don't have to leave a message. My phone will always be open. I don't care what it is. I know some people call it, they're counsel, and they never get an answer or return. You won't find that with me. I will be, you can rely on me for obligations and responsibility, accountability, financial obligations, the city budget. Always transparent and accountability, even if I have to be taken down by something you say. I'll stand in the gap for you. If you don't believe it, go over there and ask those seniors at the senior center how I stand up for them. I'm always transparent. I support and promote infrastructure. I'm aiding the police department. We're gonna see if we can't get some of our children and our parents involved in the youth cadets that the police department has. And have those monthly potluck meetings. And I can't do it without you. And if you put me in there, I guarantee you, you will never regret it.